What is going on? I'm Zmot. We are back on the dev build. We got the million diamonds, we got the ugly base layout, and code Zmot does not work, of course. Just the dev build. Throw it in every single Supercell source that you have. And we're going to get into this. So first of all, wanted to give a shout out to the devs, a little bit of background information. The platform that they use to send dev builds to the BoomTubers died yesterday. It was somewhat expected, but still, it died. They then pivoted and got the dev build back online for the BoomTubers. So season 74 sneak peeks were very much in doubt. Now they are back on. So I know the devs get crapped on a bunch, but they are people and they work hard, and I greatly appreciate all the things they do. So thank you, devs. Also, quick note, if you look over in here, before we get into the next sneak peek I'm doing, I said that the Mooka and the Ninja Zooka just looked wrong and that it looked like they were just placeholders. Well, they have now updated those. Part of the dev build update, possibly. I think it was outdated compared to the live game, which is why cryo bombs weren't popping. Blah. Anyways, we are going to jump in to the next season of the Boom Pass. Now, win with hero only. They did not squeeze Rudero's picture into that little image, so that still needs to be done. Minor little niggle there. Is that a word? Niggle? Complaint? Whine? Grumble? Anyways, please tell me that's PC. I didn't just say like some like over-the-top word that's going to offend everyone. Anyways, we are going to... Totally doubting myself now. We're going to scroll on over. None of these are super duper new. They all look like ones that we've had before. That is not why you get the Boom Pass, though. It would be nice if there were a few new missions sprinkled in every time, and maybe there have been. Maybe those are all over in the question mark ones. And by the way, one of you did point out that you can re-roll missions you've already done. Now, they do stay completed, so you get no benefit from doing this. So unless you want to just waste some diamonds, I wouldn't do that. I do include it here just so the devs can see it, because they do watch all of the things. So devs, that seems like that is a bug right there, as we waste lots and lots and lots of diamonds. We wasted too much time, though. Let's get into the rewards. Rewards, first and foremost. If you have been following YouTubes, you know that the Boom Beach dev team and or community manager or something is alive. They've now done a Boom Beach Talk #1, which is frankly awesome. Spreading some new life into the game. But if you want to go watch that and then come back, I'll still be here when you come back. So go do that. My only niggle, just to use that word again, that just to put my... Anyways... Those are not margaritas. That's like a tequila sunrise, maybe. If you're in Mexico, you gotta go for the lime margarita. Anyway, that's just me, though. So, anyways, we're going with the Spanish themes. Also, in that talk, they talk about... I forget the word. It's like a trajinera, I believe is what they said. It basically, Google it. It's a flat-bottomed boat. Looks like a landing craft. Now, is the travel agent actually taking real people on a trajinera? Hopefully, but let's just see if that has made its way in. Someone in the comments was like, that's gotta be our first landing craft skin. Now, we need to unlock this. So what is this claim button? I don't know what we just did. I think that was a new button to me. Regardless, that might just be dev build action. We are going to purchase the pass, which is going to give us that right there. It's a villager hat. We are going to jump into our headquarters here and see what the heck the villager hat looks like. Let's select that. It's traditional head cover to provide some shade. I kind of like is that a sombrero? And they're just calling it traditional because you get two of them. I think so, maybe. And then zooming in, let's build. The easiest way to get all of our villagers somewhere is just to build something. So I suppose we could upgrade a building if they weren't already all max. And thankfully, the dev build has a downgrade buttons. So we're just going to send that. We'll drag this back to that back corner, which is going to make all of our... There we go. There's the sombreros. Just need a cold Pacifico in their hands, or a lime margarita as talked about. And there are the traditional, the little, I assume those are like the female head covers is my best guess, but it looks like we've only got male villagers, which I don't think I've ever noticed until right now. That, or maybe only the male villagers do the building. Let's just jump back into, am I causing a problem here? Now, they got those beautiful flower headdresses, but tough to see those. Regardless, the sombreros are worth the price of admission. So we will keep moving forwards on this. And do we have, I'm not going to say the word again, trajinera, something like that. Do we know we've got an island skin called Saul? Where's Saul Ratacos when you need him? Saul Rataco. Okay, had to cut that little bit out. Made a little bit of a boo-boo. We are just going to keep diamond jumping forwards all the way to that skin so we can see what the hype is all about. We now have claimed that skin, and if you're stuck with an island skin that looks like this because you haven't been around for a little while or you haven't been interested, maybe this one right about here will interest you. The Saul skin. Looks like we've got some Aztec action happening, and that looks pretty darn cool, especially if you've got those casa residences. It's going to look extra cool. So we have got all sorts of beach action here with the legitimate outboard pulled up on the beach. Like that a lot. We've got all sorts of colorful buildings, almost a church-ish. That looks like it was at Iglesia or whatever the heck that word is. Sorry, my Spanish is rough. Got some cactuses, some saguaros, I think the word is. We got some old ruins with some colorful bits up the top. We got a flying hot air balloon and more colorful casas. So really do dig that. The sombrero look, not... I'm going to keep riding the devs until it happens. Where are our defensive skins? And I assume there's good reason for it because of where the mortars come out of the hole or how the boom cannons turn and fire and stuff like that. I know there were some issues with some other skins in that regard, so I assume there's a good reason why we don't have a rocket launcher skin or a critter launcher skin, but hopefully those issues are resolved soon. Hopefully by the time season 75 comes along. So there's nothing to show you as far as motions or sounds. These are all of the tidbits. The dudes walk around with their new headdresses on. We've got the new island skin, and that is about it. Do make sure that you jump in and use those squad leaders. A couple of you have said you have forgotten to boost your engraver on the Mega Crab. That is hugely beneficial, especially if you're using either sabotage or armor. Those are going to make you get so much farther in the Mega Crab. Also, do boost all of your tribes. You'll get way farther. And most importantly, make sure that you mix in at least one boat of Zookas for those newly skinned Mooka ladies. Like, that looks way cooler than what was in my sneak peek. And so diamond finish those. Get those Mooka Zookas into your attacks, and Muka, Luca, Heiny Ho, that is all for me. I am Zmot. Thank you for coming in. Do come back once season 74 starts not 74 starts, when my sneak peek drops, which should be in the next 36 hours at the very worst, probably sooner than that. Hint, wink, nudge. I shall talk to you soon, though. Thank you for coming in. Like, share, subscribing, and of course commenting. I'm Zmot. Peace.